My name is Mary Beth Curran, and I am from Westboro, Massachusetts. I'm currently working as a relational evangelist at MIT's Lutheran Episcopal Ministry. I'm going to talk a little bit about my faith background and where I am now. I grew up in the Episcopal Church. My mother is a minister, and we always went to church growing up. My parents made it very clear that we were expected to go to church because it was what our family did, but we didn't have to go to my mother's church. So for a while, my brother actually went to the local Catholic church. But I never really felt much of a need to rebel against church. I was basically involved in everything. I was involved in all of the youth groups. If an event was advertised, I went to it. I went on mission trips and taught Sunday school. I was really very involved in our church community. But then at some point when I started to come into my own as an adult, I stopped going to church because I had trouble identifying with a particular community. And I started to get really interested in how it was that I, as a young woman, could make change in the world. I went to Israel and Palestine and was deeply moved by what I saw there and decided that I wanted to pursue a career in political science. But it wasn't until 3 years into a program, a graduate program there, that I realized that the church was actually the place where I was seeing the most change happening in the world. And so I was really called back to my faith background and back to the Episcopal Church. And one of the things that I've been working with this year has been really thinking about how it is that I understand my own faith as a Christian in this world, when the word Christian calls to mind a whole host of things that I don't feel that I personally identify with. So really learning to be what Diana Butler-Bass calls the other type of Christian. So that's kind of where I am now. I've really been figuring out what it is that I believe that the gospel calls us to do as Christians and how I can own that as my own sort of marching orders. The thing that I find most satisfying about the Life Together program, and the thing that really has been deeply rewarding for me, has been working with my leadership team of young adults at MIT. I'm working with a team of students who are working to try to call attention to the really inefficient support that public service receives on MIT's campus. And we've learned a lot about how the culture of service really doesn't reward students who wish to engage in advocacy and justice work. But the thing that has actually really been the biggest driver for me has been watching the development of my team and really seeing them come into their own as leaders and to begin to understand what it is that motivates them. And for some of them, it's a faith background, but for others, it's really just been the experiences that they've had in their lives and helping them to learn to articulate those things and come into a type of leadership that I never would have expected when I first met them.